Hey guys, Sam Crowley. Welcome to the Daily Splash for today, May 7th, 2020. Hope you're having an amazing day. Dive right into it. Update. A couple more people came on board. They took advantage of the podcasting offer from the webinar 2 days ago. Awesome. If you'd like to be the next one, you can check it out inside the group here. You can go to everydaysaturday.com/pod offer to take advantage right now. I'll connect everything for you. Do the whole thing for you. Your entire podcast. Soup to nuts. A to Z. Get your show live on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and everywhere in between. So this week, we are taking a flashback of what I would have told myself 15 years ago when I started as an entrepreneur. And man, there are so many thoughts going out there. So hey, by the way, chime in. Let us know you're watching the Daily Splash. And this is day 10. Day 10, let's see, 5 days last week, 4 days. This is day 9 in a row. 9 Facebook Lives in a row. Easy peasy. No big deal, right? It's easy to put it out there. Guys, start creating some content. Let's talk about that. That's probably one of the things I would have told myself 15 years ago. Just get it out there and get people consuming it. World famous Tammy Orr from South Carolina. Welcome, Tammy. Great to have you in here. Tammy's going to be launching her podcast in the month of May. It's going to be exciting, titled Travel Therapy. Tammy, we're all looking forward to your podcast. Excited to see it out there on iTunes. I know you're going to be doing one every single day for the people that wants to know how powerful and therapeutic travel is. Who likes to travel? Everybody give Tammy a shout out. Congratulate her on getting her podcast up and running this month. So awesome. Another new show on iTunes. We need it. Guys, get your content out there. All right? Get your content out there. Get your message going. Doesn't need to be tight. Doesn't need to be perfect. Doesn't need to be any of that stuff. Just get it going. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out along the way. We talked about it Monday. You know, what do you know if you don't have any wins under your belt? What do you do? Well, you look at people that do have some out there. Model it. There's so many great ideas out there. Just so many great ideas out there. And take advantage of the gig economy. What do I mean by the gig economy? I mean, get your stuff done. If you don't want to do thumbnails or graphics or video editing or anything like that, just go on Fiverr, go on Upwork. People out there all around the world, very inexpensively, very talented. They can run social media campaigns for you. They can build out your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel, customized anything to your liking. But if you don't have that message ready to go, they can't work with you. You know, you got to have just the basic foundation of what it is that you want to do. Again, if I'd be giving myself advice 15 years this week when I left my job, I'd be saying, look, you're gonna be paralyzed by fear. You're gonna be paralyzed by perfection, because leaving a job, we're always told what to do. The good news is you're told what to do when you get to work every day. The bad news is you're told what to do when you get to work every day, you know? And so you don't have to think when you're in a job. You just have to work within that parameters that you're given, and you do a good job and you get your 5% raise every year, maybe. So 30 million people this year aren't getting a raise because they don't even have a job. So even more of a reason why you want to get yourself out there and running. But one of the things you're going to be paralyzed by when you do start this journey and you get your message, and maybe you're already realizing this as well, is you're going to think, yeah, you know what? It's not good enough. It doesn't meet my subjective standards for wanting to get this stuff done. Well, that doesn't matter. I mean, nobody even knows what your standards are. Think about that. If it doesn't meet your standards, that's okay, I guess. But what if it meets the standards of 3 million people all around the world that are actually listening for you and people like you and your message out there? And that's one of the things I would tell myself 15 years ago. So look, you got to let go of whatever this false sense of, you know, what you need to live up to, and just get something and start pushing it out there. You know, quit worried about what other people are going to think and what other people are going to say and anything like that. Because if you don't have anything out there to measure, then you're stuck, you know? And I know when we wake up every morning, we don't have somebody pushing us. That's why I'm doing the Daily Splash, to push you guys to get going and get the content out there, and have a little bit of faith, like we talked about yesterday, that it's going to work out, and it's going to work out just fine. It's going to work out not the way you need it to, not the way you want it to, not the way you designed it to, but it's going to work out just fine. We started these Facebook Lives 9 days ago with no clue. Remember, all right, I was doing it sideways on my phone and couldn't get the angle right. Lighting was terrible. Looked crazy. We're doing pretty good now. We're getting great traction. My Lord, the insights inside the Facebook group are people that are posting every day, that are commenting every day, that are encouraging every day. So what do? You get all this encouragement for 10 to 15 minutes every day inside with the Daily Splash. You can watch the replays inside the group, or you can watch them on YouTube on my channel there. But then what do? You know? What? And I guess I would ask this question: what do you guys need the most help with? Put it in the comments. Like, what do you need the most help with right now with where you are in your journey? Do you feel like every day's Monday? Okay, you feel like you're just getting started? You feel like, I'm waking up, I don't have a lot of purpose? Do you feel like maybe Tuesday? Like, well, I got the idea, but I need to really prepare. I got to get prepared. How do I prepare for this journey? Maybe feel like Wednesday. I got the purpose. I prepared for it. I got to take action. I'm struggling right now taking action. Maybe you're at Thursday in the journey where it is commitment. It's like, all right, I've got it. Commitment. I've taken the action. Now what? I got to do this every single day. And I got to focus, and I got to make sure that every day I'm living in congruent with what my mind is telling me and what my message is. I got to be congruent with that. Because if you can't act on the outside the way you feel on the inside, which is hopefully positive, then it's incongruent. Like if you think right now, like, man, I'm a failure, or nothing's working out, or everything I try turns to just crap and everything, you can't fake that on the outside. You can try. Like I could get on here every day for 10 minutes and 12 minutes and probably fake it and say everything's amazing, things are great. But when I'm with myself, then the sabotage starts in, that self-sabotage. So maybe you're there, Thursday, commitment. Maybe you're Friday, where now you've had some adversity. The winds of adversity, as the great Jim Rohn used to talk about. The winds of adversity will blow on everybody's boat, but it's how you adjust the sail, okay? The winds of adversity, they're going to blow on everybody's boat, your boat, my boat, everybody's. But it's how you adjust your sail that makes the difference and keeps you sailing towards your Saturday. So whatever point of those 5 days that we just discussed, wherever you find yourself, be honest with where you are, seek help, put questions in here. Sam, I need help with what? Sam, what are your suggestions on? And it isn't just me that will give the suggestions. There's thousands now. We have close to 1,600 people in the group now that can look, and maybe they're further ahead. Maybe you're stuck on a Monday or a Tuesday of the journey, and they've gotten themselves to Thursday or Friday of the journey. They can look back and say, hey, you know what? I had that same issue. I had that same problem. This is the solution that I found. That's the beauty of a group. That's the beauty of this group, but it's the group, any mastermind. The purpose of a real powerful mastermind is for somebody who's already kind of driven down the road a little bit before you. They can kind of see that the road's out ahead, and maybe the sign's up, the bridge is out ahead, tell you not to go there. All right, that's the beauty of a mastermind. So if you are a little bit further down the road, help somebody out in the group. Say, hey guys, I tried this. Maybe you launched your podcast. Maybe you got your own video, your YouTube channel. Maybe you're taking advantage of the gig economy. Maybe you're doing super great in one facet. Share it with the people in the group. Let them know. It's not bragging. Only in a job, in a corporate environment, for example, would people be jealous of somebody else's success. I think, and that's another thing I would tell myself. Take a sip of water here for just a second, if you don't mind. Another thing I would tell myself is the corporate environment is built based on promotion. You know what I mean? Like, if there's only one spot for a promotion and everybody applies for it, or the people that are like qualified apply for it, and then when somebody gets it, what happens? Everybody else is upset. I should have got that job. I should have got that job. I can't believe it went to so-and-so. Well, that's a scarcity mentality. That's the corporate life, and that's the pyramid. As you get further and further up the pyramid, the job and the positions start to thin out when there's one CEO at the top, a couple senior level executives, then you got the mid-level managers, and you got the frontline managers, you got the employees, and nobody's allowed to make more than the people above them. That's a salary structure, typical corporate environment. The CEO makes the most money, and then the senior VPs make a little, and all that stuff, right? All the C-level exec makes more. In the entrepreneurial journey, it's wild. We cheer on other people's success. We want other people to have success, because if they find success, then they can come back and share with us what that looks like, how they found it, and make the road easier for us. Isn't that an environment that you would want to be in? That's an environment I found myself in once I left the corporate world, and all the jealousy went away, and all the scarcity mindset went away. Meaning, there's only one, there's only one pool of money that we can all play in, or there's only one promotion available. In the entrepreneurial world, anybody can start today. And how do I know? I've had people come in and start podcasting and crush my results, get way more downloads than I got. What do you think the first thing I do? First of all, congratulate them. I remember when John Lee Dumas launched Podcasters Paradise in, I don't know when it was, 2013, 2014. He was getting millions, hundreds and thousands of downloads a month. And this guy was going nuts. He did a podcast every single day. Probably still does. First thing I did, I bought his course because I wanted to see what he was doing. Even if I already knew 99% of it, there's 1% I'm sure I could have learned. So I paid $1,000 for a podcasting course when I had been creating podcasting courses for 5 years, 6 years at that time. Second thing I did was I sent him an email, and I still have the email I sent him, congratulating him for putting out such an amazing product and stepping out in faith. Now think about that. All right, if I had an ounce of jealousy in me, what I would have done is, John Lee. Instead, I congratulated him. And look, I'd be lying if I told you there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, how did this guy crush it? Well, instead of just sitting around saying, how did this guy do? I bought his course. And then I implemented some of the things that he was teaching. I'm like, oh man, that's a great idea. Didn't copy it, didn't plagiarize it. Took what he was teaching, put it into my own type of vernacular and strategy, and put it in my own training. It's like, that's a really great idea. For example, one thing I learned inside of that course, I didn't know that iTunes was ranking at the time for the number of subscribers, your cover art, title of the show, and all of those things combined. I thought that was really cool. And I found out he was right. It started to rank higher, So I think it's important to always understand there's abundance everywhere. It's not through a lack of abundance is why we don't find success. It's through a limitation that we place on ourselves, okay? Kind of like this fence and this force field around. Like there's all this abundance out there waiting for us, but we put in this fence up where we don't feel like we can actually go get it. You can go get it anytime you want. There's going to be people who start right now, today, May 7th, 2020, in internet marketing, and they leapfrog me and everybody else out there. Kevin David's a great example. If you listen to that podcast I did with Kevin David last week, he's only been doing it 3 years, and he's got over 2 billion views online and social media, making millions of dollars every month. Every month. You want to know a funny story? He invited me to his private mastermind in Miami in August after that. I mean, I sent this is the power of just putting yourself out there. I sent him a DM on Instagram 1 week ago today. He got back to me. We did a podcast interview 2 days ago, Tuesday night, I think it was. He said, hey, man, I'm having a private mastermind in Miami if you want to come. Okay, I'll come. Sounds good to me. That's how and I congratulated Kevin. He's only been doing it 3 years. I've been doing it 15. He's killing anything that I'm doing results-wise, and I love it. I love it. I love it for him. Because he's a breath of fresh air, a fresh new face in the online marketing world. He knows way more than I do about social media marketing, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. And I love it because he's somebody new that I can learn from. And I will take what I learned from him and I will apply it in my business, and I'll be better for it. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. I think if you could sum it up, there's no limitations on how high you can go and how far you can go. The only limitations is what you're going to place in here in your mindset and put that on you. Because everything is Googleable. That's a word, by the way. I just made it up, Googleable. Everything is figure-outable. You can get on YouTube. And you should be cheering people on that have gone before you and had success. And the ones that come behind you and they have even better success than you do, cheer them on twice as much. That's what it means to be part of a great group, mastermind tribe. And be grateful, man, that people are out there figuring out these problems. Because guys like Kevin are spending $100, $200 grand a month on software just to figure out the problems that are going to come for you and I. So I love it. I'm very happy today, very purpose-driven today, creating content. I hope you are as well. I hope you appreciate these daily splashes. Leave a comment. What would you like to see us talk about inside the Daily Splash? Any questions you have, we'll get you unstuck. And anything that you can add of value to the group, drop it in there, guys. By the way, I always want to mention, you see my calendar, Launch with Sam, right there. If we haven't worked together one-on-one to launch your vision, to get your message out there, make sure you book a time. I'll call you. If you want to take advantage of the special offer that I put out there, launching just specifically your podcast, connecting everything and doing it for you, go to everydayissaturday.com/pod offer. You'll see it there. All right? Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. That's a wrap for May 7th, day 9 in a row of our Daily Splash Facebook Lives. I'll see you back in here tomorrow, same time, 12 noon Eastern. All right? And by the way, if we can help, let us know. Leave it in the comments. All right? Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. Go get it. Go get them.